Hello and welcome to my video on how to draw BB-8. Let's start with his head shape. BB-8 is 3 of these tall, so let's do 1, 2, and 3. So this is going to be our floor. Actually, let's give it 3 1/4. So this will be our floor here. Or 3 1/2. Let's make it 3 1/2 heads tall. So his body is composed of just a big circle that takes up the rest of the space. So a little over 2 1/2 heads tall. And I'm just going to do this line down the middle just to help me know where everything is placed. And we've got this line here, this pair of lines that goes here. And we're going to put a circle right here for his eye. And another one goes here, like that. And he has like a little line here with some lines that go like that, like some rounded lines. And he's a very round character, so there's going to be a lot of rounded lines going on to kind of give it that 3D look. And on either side of his eye, we've got some more lines. That go like that. And some buttons here on the bottom. And then he's got these little teeth that go here, diagonally coming away from the middle, which is once again this line. And got some circles. We're going to put those circles, there's 3 of them, so some round shapes here, here, and one down here. And they have little circles inside too. We're going to do circles for now, but they're actually these rounded plus signs that are inside these circles, but that will help us guide us for now. Actually, let's bring this down. And make this the bottom, because like we said, this was the floor down there. And then he's got these rounded lines that connect the circles. And let's not forget his antennae. They are up here and up here. And now we're going to ink him in. Actually, one step before we go to inking is to do those plus signs that I told you about. So let's do another circle inside these circles. And bring out those plus signs. We're just going to make some lines here. So there, we have that step there. Now we're going to ink him in. Let's start with the head. And then we'll work our way down to his face. We'll do the main eye circle. Put a little hidden Mickey in there. Another circle there. And we got this band that comes across. And we got those buttons down here. And his teeth. And we're going to do the circle. And this is how we do the circles on his body. We go like this. Let's do that again on this side. Like that. And like that. And then we have the lines that connect the circles. Like that. And there is BB-8. There's my signature. Alright. Next up is Baby Yoda. We're going to learn how to draw him today as well. Baby Yoda also is about 3.5 heads tall, just like BB-8. So let's start with his head shape. And his little turtleneck that he's got going on. And then the rest of his body kind of comes down. Oh, actually, let's count out the heads. So we said he's going to be around maybe just 3 heads tall in actuality. 1, 2, and 3. Let's go with 3. I think 3 is enough. So we've got his body kind of comes down like that. Got the arm to the side. 1, 2. Kind of comes down to the bottom of number 2 here. And then we're going to have this hand up and out here with his palm facing outward, giving us some force. Do the inside of the sleeve. And for his hand, we're going to do kind of like the Jughead crown. A little rounded crown shape. We'll go back to up to his face. Or actually, let's do the other hand while we're doing hands. So let's close off the sleeve here. And we're going to come back up and roll up his sleeve a little bit. And I'm going to do one of these. I'm going to do 1 finger, 2 fingers, and 3 fingers over here. And now let's do the ears. I think his ears are going to be, let's say he has another head space over here. We're going to use that and say that his ear is actually taking up 3/4 of that. So like if we cut it into fourths, the next fourth would be over here. So let's do another head over here. Cut it into fourths. And his ear goes all the way out here. That's why it's important to know your fractions. These are fourths. Especially in drawing, you use fractions a lot to look at how something is laid out. So let's put some lines in his face. We're going to come across that turtleneck shape we made earlier and just make a line there. Another one. Let's do the posture line. We forgot to do that. So let's cut him in half. He is facing us, so we're just going to do it straight up and down in the middle. And on the bottom half of his face is where we're going to be doing most of the eye, mouth, and nose stuff. So we're going to put, let's do his nose. You know what? One more line here, and closer to the bottom of these two. One more line here, because that's where his nose is. So we put his nose here. Let's do this shape for now, like an upside down rounded triangle. And his eyes kind of go under his nose. So we're going to put one here and one here. And so his mouth is very close to the bottom of the eye, just a little bit underneath. Maybe a little bit shorter than that. Let's go in a little bit. I'm going to do a pupil here and a pupil here. And let's do another hidden Mickey like that. A little more detail on his head. We're gonna start drawing the top of his head. It's a little flatter on the top. Let's do the little hairs here. Let's give him his little eyebrow ridge. I'm going to bridge his nose a little bit. Alright, so now we're going to do some inking. Once again, before we move on to the inking part, let me do some finishing touches on the pencil part. I get very excited to move on to the marker portion. Let's do his feet. Are these two little circles down here? And his outfit kind of drapes over his feet. And do a little wrinkle there. Another one on his tummy. And let's do some more details to kind of make his chest pop out a little bit. And bring this down here and do like that. I'll close off his sleeve a little bit. And give him a little bit of his arm there. And we're going to repeat that shape on this side that we have on the other side there. And we're going to close off his collar very close to his mouth. And a little wrinkle here. Okay, now we can move on to the marker. I'm going to start up here with the head. So let's do the sides of his face. And go up to his head. Let's do his little hairs. And work our way over to the ears. So this is a pretty flat line here. And then it comes to a point there. And we're going to bring it back. And we're going to do some indentations. Connect there and come out again underneath. We're going to do the same thing on this side. And come back down. And let's go over to the eye, give him his lash line. Lash line. And come down and give him a cheek line. Let's come in a little bit. We're going to do the pupil of the eye. Do the hidden Mickey. And you know what? Let's give him an iris here in the middle. We're going to start dark on the top, because I think he's got kind of brown, pretty much black brown eyes. And then we're going to come out. From the center do the bridge of the nose. And do the forehead ridge. And do a tiny little nose here and a line up there. And his smile. And some cheek lines. And so let's go down to the collar. We're going to start closing it off here. Come back around over here. And then close it off over here. You can give him a little bit of an eyelid here. And let's do the body now. Let's come back over here. And this is kind of a round square shape here. And another round square shape here. And let's do his toes. And that is our baby Yoda. So give him a little bit of a lip here as well.